Good morning. So we are going to give everyone opportunity to join, whoever wants to. I hope you are doing all well. For me, it's morning. For you, probably it's kind of around evening. He's unable to join. I don't understand why he's unable. All right.
Hello. Can you see me?
Hello. I was worried that you were unable to join. Hi, how are you today?
I'm able to join. I'm just trying to clean my camera. I'm good. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Sunday morning, a little bit chilly, but
I know, right? It is very chilly.
it is.
Okay, so hello everyone. Welcome. We will start now since we have over 100 people watching.
Wow,
Lot of
that's
people.
amazing.
Yeah, I know. Thank you so much for joining. Anyone, I know there's a lot of people joining from a lot of different countries, and I just want to say we really appreciate it. If you have a question and at any point there's a specific thing that you don't understand in terms of language or translation, I will translate it for you in Hindi. I don't speak any other languages. I know Olivia speaks some languages.
Russian, Ukrainian, Polish, I can do that, but
There you
other than
go.
that, sorry guys.
Definitely. And the biggest thing is that whatever we're posting about, whatever we're talking about today will be posted on our Instagram, so you can also copy paste it and then Google search, Google Translate, all that.
If
Right?
Olivia remembers how to say that.
Correct.
If Olivia remembers how to say that.
Well, not just this live. I mean, a lot of information we're going to talk about is on our Instagram in different methods, right? So, but yeah, you'll definitely remember. Don't worry. What I'm going to also do is I'm just going to pin I'm going to comment, Olivia, and if you can pin it for me, that would be awesome. About this, the webinar link is in bio. I'll just pin that message. Sure. So I'm commenting now.
Okay.
Link in bio. Okay, so I've commented.
Okay, and I have a choice to pin it. Yes, I got it.
There you go. Perfect. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, okay, perfect.
Okay, so
yeah.
we are audible, right?
Yeah, perfect. So if you can just pin my comment.
I think I did. No?
Oh, you did? Okay, I'm not sure.
Yes, I
can't
did.
see it. I
It's
can't see
pinned.
it.
Yes, it is.
Okay, sorry. So maybe it didn't refresh on my end. All good, thank you. Perfect. So what I'm going to ask the chat just to refrain for questions till the end, because we have a special Q&A section where we will literally look at the chat and pick your questions. The questions that we seem are in our range of answering, and then we'll answer them for you, right? So we can start just to give you. So Olivia, what's the overview of today's live? What's the purpose of today's live?
So I'm really excited to talk about the webinar on Canadian immigration. I know there's a lot of people, and I get tens and hundreds of DMs every single day asking, I want to immigrate, I don't know where to start. And to be able to answer all these questions, I decided that it would be the best to bring a webinar where I would make an overview, give an overview of the whole immigration system as such, right? Because most people know about EE, express entry. That's not the only way. And then what happens is once they do know about the express entry, they're kind of lost about, so where do I start? Where do I fit in with my personal situation? So what do I do? And then there's a lot of fears about IELTS, questions about what IELTS score, then what's work experience, can I get a work permit? And to answer all of these questions, right? So to help people kind of orient themselves in the immigration system to Canada, I thought that it would be best to give a webinar so that everyone can get an idea and then orient themselves and position themselves, whether they're eligible, they are not eligible, should they start this process, should they, invest money and start the process, or should they just maybe improve their chances by just staying in their country, but it's going to be targeted. So basically to give people the idea as to what should be done, what it looks like, and where to start.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So what I'm gonna, okay, perfect. That's awesome. So thank you for letting me know. So again, for people just, if you're just joining in, this is the overview of the webinar. We will go over a lot of different things. And if you have questions, I will keep them in mind and we will ask them towards the Q&A section. If there is a question that I really think is going to be pertaining in that topic that we're talking about, and it will address a lot of concerns, then I will ask Livia. Obviously, I'm not going to interrupt her, but I will ask her in that moment. But otherwise, we will keep them towards the end. Now, to read the questions, I need to read the chat. And for some reason, the chat is frozen on my end, so it's not moving. So what I'm going to do, Olivia, is we're just going to move on to the next question. But while we're talking, I'm just going to leave the room and join again so the chat refreshes for me, if that's okay.
Right.
I didn't want to leave in the middle to make it more distracting.
Right.
So so the chat's not moving for me. So why is this webinar important? And if you can give us an overview of the webinar, that'd be awesome.
Okay, so during the webinar, why is this webinar important? Anyone who is considering a change in life, right? And immigration to Canada is one of those huge changes that can transform your whole life for the better or for the worse, right? For the better is if you plan, if you basically strategically develop a plan how to proceed, and then follow the strategy. And it can be pretty dramatic if you fall a victim of a scam. When somebody tells you you should come and study, you should get a work permit, here's your work permit, and then you pay thousands, sometimes thousands of dollars for something that will not give you the result. So the webinar is important because it will give our audience the idea where to start, what to do, and how to approach the immigration, and also avoid being scammed out of their hard-earned money, because the people who prey on people who want to immigrate, they rely on the lack of knowledge. They rely on knowing that majority of people don't have a clear idea what immigration is, how to get a work permit. So the topics that we are going to go over during the webinar are the express entry, provincial nominations, provincial nominee programs, how they fit in. We are going to dedicate a lot of time to sponsorship. We are going to talk about spousal sponsorship. We are going to talk about the eligibility for different programs, language eligibility, work eligibility, what counts as work. We are going to dedicate a lot of time to work permit and LMIAs, what they are, how you can get it. And of course, because study permits or studying in Canada has become so popular. In fact, Canada is one of the top countries, if not the only top country, where students want to study. We are going to talk about the study permit, basically letter of acceptance, being accepted to the college or university, versus being getting the study permit. What are the requirements? Because the study permits have been getting a lot of refusals, right? So why is this happening? What's the reason, right? So basically, we are going to take a look at the most popular programs and maybe not so popular and how they fit in. Right, and I think I lost wallet, and I think I need to get him back. So give me 1 second. Okay, let's see if he can join. Yeah, and you're back.
Perfect, perfect. And the chat is moving for me. Thank you so
Perfect,
much.
perfect,
Yeah,
great.
so again, I'm seeing a lot of questions in the chat. Hey, folks, if you can just hold your questions till the end, we will answer all that referring to these, right? So thank you for going over the webinar. I really appreciate it. So I know you touched upon a lot of different things, and like you touched upon the importance of the webinar, right? I think this is where I just want to add one thing that I sort of forgot to tell you in the start, was that a lot of people out there are scamming a lot of immigration
I
people, right?
mentioned that, yeah.
Yeah, right. So that's a big problem. Like, like, why would you want that, right? Like, you don't want in India, in different countries, when you live there, you have no idea what's the procedures, right? There's so many laws that are involved that you just have to trust someone, right? And then there's a lot of people who offer stuff for free. So we get a lot of questions all the time. Why is this service paid? Why is this service paid? Well, that's the biggest thing, right? The reason it's paid is because there's a trust factor, right? If we were offering you things for free, if we were just giving
Okay.
out stuff for free, no one
Thank you,
does that.
Joel, for mentioning this. First of all,
Yeah,
in this life, nothing is free. You
correct.
pay
Yes.
for everything. If it's not
Yes.
money, then it's your time. If it's
Yes.
not your time, it's your health. So everything has its cost. So this is number one. Number two, why is it not free? Why do you pay? Think of it as an investment. What are you investing in? You're investing in yourself and in your future. So you are paying for webinar, you are paying for knowledge, you are paying for ability to understand where you fit in, you are paying for ability to know where, in which direction to move your life from now on. You are about to embark on a huge journey of immigration to Canada, or you are just considering it. The immigration involves considerable costs, from application fees, right? So government fees for application, that might be 1,000, sometimes 1,500, sometimes a little bit less. So that depends, right? You are investing in moving to Canada. So basically you need to show considerable funds. Some people sell their property, right? To show that they have enough funds to settle in Canada. You are trusting someone to do your application for you. That, depending on what kind of application, it might be anywhere from $600 to $5,000, right? So that all depends on your situation. So why not make that first investment where you can get educated on what it is, where you are going. So when you are listening, when you are talking to the person you are going to work with, or you are preparing yourself, you already have some knowledge, and it either can save you money, right, in the future, or prevent the loss of money. So don't think of it as spending, right? Think about it as an investment in yourself, investment in your future, maybe smooth transition to Canada, rather than avoiding and avoiding different pitfalls, right? So basically that's the idea. Also, we will be offering a discount on our consultation, one-on-one consultation, where we can look at your specific situation and analyze which program would be best for you. These consultations usually are $150 per hour with some $150 per 30 minutes with some consultants and some lawyers. Sometimes 1 hour is up to $600. So we will be offering, once you pay for the webinar, we will be offering for the participants of the webinar the discounts on the consultations. So that's kind of another thing, right? You cannot hear me? I cannot hear you, Joel.
Sorry, I muted myself just
Right.
because I was typing on the back end. Sorry. But yeah, so that's the thing, right? So you're paying now so you can save money for later. That's it. So
Yeah.
it's an investment, right?
Yeah.
But also, I just want to tell everyone this right now. This definitely applies to immigration, but it also applies to a lot of other things. When you're being offered free stuff after free stuff after free stuff, chances are it's a lie, right? Olivia, if it's okay, I'm going to share an example for the DM just we recently got, where a gentleman said that someone in a city in India offered them without IELTS, without ever studying IELTS, only on 12th grade education, they were offering them a job with 2,500 Canadian dollars per month, which is a significantly well-paying job, considered that most people don't get paid that, in Montreal, which is a very expensive and like a very busy city, with living and free food. That's just too good to be true, and it doesn't work like that. If someone's offering you that, it's a lie.
It is a
So
scam.
you,
Unfortunately, it is a scam, and so many people. So, just recently, thank you, Joel, for mentioning this. Just recently, I think a month ago, I posted a job, a work permit, which was completely a fake. So the person in Nigeria paid $500, and in Nigeria, $500. I'm sure in India. Oh, come on, guys. In Canada, too, $500 is a lot of money. So they paid $500 and they were sitting there and waiting for a work permit. And some kind of intuition told them that it was might be a scam. So they contacted me and I looked at that letter and immediately I knew that it was a scam. So basically the company that organized this scam even created a website where you could click, but that website looked like government website, but it wasn't. So the person was scammed out of $500, sitting there waiting for a work permit to come to Canada, but it's just not happening, right?
yep, correct. So exactly, like we just want you to avoid that scams, right? Olivia is a registered consultant, and that means a lot, right? She can be held liable for her licenses. She can be held liable for what she says and what she offers as an immigration lawyer. That's why a lot of you, when you ask us questions on Instagram, whether it's me responding or Olivia responding, we don't give you legal advice because there's no contract signed, right? There's no privacy. We don't know who's opening your Instagram. We don't know how many people can sign up. What if your Instagram gets hacked tomorrow, right? There's a legal privacy. No matter what country you live in, if you go to your lawyer and tell him or her to talk through Instagram, they will tell
They
you that's
won't.
not how it works. So it's
That's
the
not how
same
it
in this
works.
case, right? So please, if you're asking, you can ask us questions on Instagram. That's completely fine, but we won't give you legal advice. You can ask us like, oh, I have IELTS, and is this how much IELTS I might need? That stuff is fine, right? But you can also Google that. You don't need to really ask us, but yeah. So just clearing some of those things up in general. This is not just about the webinar, and it's just in general our communication on Instagram, right? Um, Olivia, so just to give you bad news, the chat is frozen for me again since the moment I joined, which is completely
Okay.
fine. Which is completely fine. I don't need to see it. We do have a question section that people can type their questions in, which I can open. So I'll look that. But you are the best judge of questions that we can answer or we should answer. So you pick them at
Absolutely.
the end, right?
Absolutely. I will try to answer as many as I can,
Yeah.
as
Well,
long
we will
as
answer
it does
generally.
not, yeah.
They're not specific when we can't just sit here and solve one person's situation, right?
No, yeah.
But yeah, unless it applies to the webinar. Okay, so we talked about uh, the overview. Why is this webinar important? Why is it paid? So can I just quickly go over the topics that are covered, right? So we're going to cover 6 major topics, right? And
Right.
so it's going to be express entry for PR, permanent
Absolutely.
resident, PNP, provincial nominee program for PR, student visa, work permit, put a star on that. We're going to come to it.
Big one. Big one.
Big one, right? Sponsorships and super visa, right? And we're also going to talk about like how like work experience works there and how we can add a profile, how to like update that. So yeah, please, some details about that.
Yeah, so express entry is one of the most popular ones, but each class is basically has its own requirements. And if you know those requirements and you can prepare for those requirements and you know how to upgrade yourself, your eligibility and make yourself more competitive, then it's already, you have the upper hand over other candidates, right? So, I am going to go over the study permit. There's something that our audience needs to know. I'm not a big fan of sending everyone to study in Canada. Why? Yes, it is true. You are paying 3 or 4 times more than domestic students. And education is education. Maybe you do not need that education in Canada. Maybe you can stay in your country, get that master's degree, get that education, and it will give you exactly the same outcome as studying in Canada without spending that much money, because on top of paying money for education in Canada, you also need to pay for accommodation, food, and so on. And yes, you can work, but that work experience doesn't count as the towards your thing. Just recently, I had a client who basically came to Canada to study right after high school, and they finished their program, 2-year program, and they are ready to apply for PR. Well, not really, because there's no work experience. And then even if we projected the work experience in Canada after the study, what happens? Not enough points for Canadian experience class, right? They are eligible, but the points are low. How come? So money invested. Sure, Canadian education is one of the best, but Canadian immigration system does recognize the foreign education. You just need to get education credential assessment, right? So basically, if you, we are going to go over that. Work permit is big. We are going to talk about the likelihood of getting LMIA. Okay, so likelihood of getting a work permit when you're outside of Canada. We are going to talk about open work permits, who's eligible and how it's done. We are going to talk about spousal sponsorship. So I know that if you're from India, right? So we are talking about arranged marriages. And there's a lot of this misconception that arranged marriage is a big no-no in Canada. Nonsense, nonsense, absolute nonsense. Canada is one of the, not one of, the most inclusive country ever. They are aware of cultural differences. Arranged marriages are absolutely fine, but they undergo the same scrutiny as any other marriage, as any other relationship. The focus is on genuineness of the relationship. So how do you prove that? What do you do for that? What kind of documents do you need, right? Then we are going to go over common law common law partner sponsorship. Who is that common law partner? I've been getting so many questions. Can I sponsor my girlfriend? Can my friend sponsor me? Can my cousin sponsor me? No. So we are going to take a look at all of that, right? So and of course, any other questions that people might have. We are going to take a look at the work experience. What counts as work experience? Because there's the huge confusion about that. For different program, work experience, what counts as work experience is slightly different. When you are prepared for that, you can evaluate yourself. We are going to touch on knock. Our audience experiences huge issues with identifying their knock. Where do I begin? What do I look at? And then also we are going to address the biggest reasons for rejection, where the applicants cannot support their work experience, because there's a very certain specific way to do that, where the officers can assess your work experience, right? So we are also going to go over the provincial nominee programs. Why? Because most express entry is for those with high points, right? With education, work experience, and so on. And yet, what about everybody who wants to immigrate to get, it's true, sorry, it's true that Canada is looking for people with skills, but the provinces are looking for people with very specific skills. And sometimes those people do not necessarily qualify for express entry or do not have enough points for express entry. And then that's it, they shy away. That's not so. There is the connection between the provincial nominations and the express entry. So knowing that can position you well to start your immigration process, right? So we are going to touch on all those topics. And I lost Wallet again, guys. Give me a second. I'm gonna bring him back in. Let's see how that works. Okay. The question that I get a lot is, when is federal skilled workers going to open? The answer is, I'm just going to go ahead while I'm waiting for Dwali to join. We don't know. So we have to understand that it's kind of a little bit unknown. We need to understand that we've just recently got a new minister. And as the new cabinet, we had elections and we got a new minister of immigration. And as the new minister and the new cabinet is settling in, right? You know, this whole new broom, new rules, we have to wait for that to happen. However, we haven't seen Canadian experience class draw in almost a month, but you have been able to see that there have been draws, massive draws from provincial nominee programs. Where are they drawing from? From outside of Canada, of course, right? So Canada does need immigrants, and the immigration is very likely to continue because our Prime Minister Justin Trudeau kind of promised us, and he made it very clear that the Liberals want to maintain the high levels of immigration to Canada. However, how it's going to be happening, we are not sure yet. So again, Canada has been drawing candidates from outside of Canada, but not from federal skilled workers, probably due to the COVID restrictions. Also, we know that NOC is changing, right? But it's not necessarily a bad thing. I know we are always afraid of big changes. We just got used to this NOC code system, and now it's changing again. It might not be a bad thing. And also, please do not worry, because the NOC is not going to be introduced until the second half of 2022. So those of you who are thinking of applying kind of around now and a couple of months from now and up until the autumn of 2022, you are kind of in the clear. You can still go by the old NOC system.
Thank you so much. Sorry, I just keep muting myself just to make sure there's no echo or anything like that. Yes, thank you so much, Olivia. That clears up a lot of stuff. Now, one thing I'm going to say, which perfectly segues us into the next topic that we want to cover, and it's going to answer a lot of questions that I have. So I'm just going to bring up a question, right? So we have this question in chat that says this, right? So we have a question that says from Sahaj Gajar that says, I'm working in Dubai. How can I move to Canada and work permit? We have another question from Rushi216 that says, work permit is directly provided from Canada as part of India, question mark. Another question from Vivek Kukrati 97s. I have 3 years of experience as a front-end developer in it. So how can I get a work permit in Canada? Folks, we get 10 DMs every day?
No, more.
Every day, I would say. Every day we get 10 messages at least asking us, how do we get a work permit? And the answer is simple. You want a work permit, you need a job. That's how it works. It's very simple. There's 2 ways. The most direct way of getting a work permit is if you studied in Canada, you finished your education, and now you have a work permit, right? But if you live not in Canada, or you've come here on a visitor visa, or you just are in any country and you really, really, really want a work permit, you just need a Canadian job offer. It's not like America. It is not like the United States where there's an open work permit unless you did education. There's no like, I live in India, I've studied computer engineering. Can I get a work permit so I can come to Canada and apply to computer
No,
engineering
no,
jobs? That does not exist. But the problem is a lot of people have this misconception that I can submit an application somewhere where I submit all my qualifications. People literally send us resumes like in our
I
DMs.
know. Look, guys. So I am going to go over the work permits during the webinar, but just right now, I'm gonna tell you, before you pay somebody money because somebody has promised you a work permit from Canada, invitation to work in Canada, guys, it's not that simple. Of course, there are open work permits, but they are reserved. They're exception, not the rule, right? They're reserved for certain categories of people who
Yep.
are eligible for these open work permits. So what does it mean, open work permit? It means you can work for any employer in any location and so on. As a general rule, for people who are outside of Canada, as a general rule, everything starts with a job offer from a Canadian employer. Do all companies give these job offers? Not really. For a company to invite a foreign worker to work for them, they need to do so many things, and company pays the money. Okay, company, the application for this LMIA, right? Because everybody has heard about LMIA, and we are going to talk about as well during our webinar what it means. The company has to pay a lot of money. So now let's think logically about this, okay? Like really logically. There are Canadian citizens in Canada. You don't need to pay for them. They apply, you hire them. There are PRs in Canada. You don't need to pay. They apply, you hire them if they're qualified. There are already students with open work permits, okay, or spouses of students or people with open work permits who are already in Canada. You don't have to pay for them. So think about how many companies would go into trouble, okay, hiring someone from outside and paying for the application. Okay, not too many. It doesn't mean it's hopeless. It doesn't mean you cannot get it. But just please understand that they are not sold like this, right? They just don't exist. And Canada does not invite workers. Like open season for work permits. It just doesn't exist. So guys, protect your money. Think about this also. No one should charge you money for finding you a job or giving you a job. Usually employers pay the recruiters to hire people, to look for people. So you as a worker should not be paying money, okay? So we
Yep.
are going to go over all of this in our webinar because it honestly, it pains me to think how many people become the victims of scam and, you know, waiting for some kind of mysterious work permit. Worse even, sometimes they do come to Canada, they pay the money, some kind of papers are processed and whatnot. They pay the money, they come to Canada on some kind of false LMIAs, and then there's no job, there's no work. LMIA is a closed work permit, right? So you can work for only specific employer. And then basically your status becomes half illegal in Canada if you're not working for that specific employer, right? So all of these things are very important so that you know what you're coming for and what you can expect.
Yep. Thank you so much. And yeah, that's very important for work permit. I just had one good question in the chat that was relating to work permits. I'm just going to ask now. So there we go. Okay, give me 1 second. Sorry, finding. Yeah. So the question is that I understand that a person on a closed work permit cannot change employers, but can they move to different roles within the same company? This was
In theory,
from,
yes. In theory, yes.
yeah, the
Yes.
Abhinav Shikar asked the question. I think this was a good question, so I really think that we could answer that. This obviously applies that you already have a work permit.
Yes. So if you are on a work permit with this particular employer, yes, you can. And it's also not true that you cannot move to a different employer. You can, but you would need another job offer. You
Correct.
would need another, and that employer would need a new LMIA, right? So
Correct.
basically, closed work permit is a little bit like a jail. A
Yes.
little bit. It's kind of a little bit limiting you, right? It's kind of a little bit limiting you, but it's not a complete, Fort Knox that you cannot navigate. There are ways to navigate these things, right? And no, again, many workers who come on LMIA, and it's been publicized, and Canada recognizes it, and there are avenues for workers who are being abused, right? Because they know they are dependent on their employer because they're on the closed work permit. And if they are being abused, there are avenues where you can get out of this, right? But that's our legal system, and there has to be a professional who can help you navigate all of that, right?
Yep. And we are that professional. So
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, just clearing all of that work permit related questions, right? Now, again, in chat, in DMs, we get this every day, right? How can I find a job in this? I know someone just asked, how can I uh, find a job in marketing? How can I just Google, right? If you're just Google. I know it's not easy, but I'm not saying if you just type marketing jobs in Canada, you will get a job, but that's how you have to start. You have
By
links.
yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Joel. So by our webinar, we will have a couple of ideas to give you
Yeah,
where to look for those jobs.
yeah,
Also,
yeah,
if you're looking for a job, please kind of keep in mind, big companies in Canada are very unlikely to give a job offer to somebody outside of Canada and invite them on LMIA. Big
yeah,
companies,
yeah.
mid-sized to smaller size companies are more likely to do that. Also, another thing, most employers have no idea. Most employers have no idea what LMIA is, what to do with it, what's involved, right? However, there are companies that have been hiring workers on more or less regular basis, and they are more knowledgeable. They are kind of more acquainted with this whole process, and they are more likely to go through this process, right? So all of these things need to be balanced. So please think about company like, let's say, Tim Hortons. Even though they are franchises, sometimes a franchise can, yeah, it's a possibility in a very special area and so on. So we are talking about these kind of situations. So don't imagine that a huge company is going to invite a worker. Nope, they are not, right? Also, to do the LMIA, to apply for LMIA and to get the LMIA, the employer themselves have to meet certain requirements. Okay. Canadian government is investigating these employers, kind of looking at their papers as well. It's not just tomorrow I'm going to say I'm an employer, I want to hire 10 people. Not really. There's financials that need to be submitted. There's company has to have been certain period of time in business and so on. So it's really pretty strict, right? Pretty regulated, because
Hmm.
immigration in Canada is regulated.
Correct. Got it. Yeah, that's perfect. Just to answer this for once and all for the chat, there's questions like Ashish Manohar just sent a question saying, logistics experience, 9+ years, 38 years old, what kind of opportunities are there? It's very simple. Just DM us, book a consultation with us, and we'll let you know. We cannot just on Instagram
I can't.
tell you how to move to a different country. Just to give you context, my own cousin, right, just moved, just not even moved, just applied for a provincial nominee program. Olivia helped him, and the wife was the primary candidate, helped her and her husband through every step. There are 22 sections that they had to upload, right? This
It took
application
us
took
it took us
a
months to
month.
prepare and 3 hours to upload. Yeah.
Correct. Yep. It took 3 hours to upload. It takes an hour to upload a 20-minute YouTube video. Just letting people know. It's not as simple as I'm gonna answer your question, right? And then Ashish Manohar follow-up of saying asking for a logistics job. That's good. That's good, man. We can help you out, but you can't just we can't just answer here. So if you have a question for us, I appreciate you asking it us. Just DM us and set up a consultation with us, and we'll help you out. Ashish Manohar, I'm looking out for your DM, okay? So send us a message and book a consultation with us, and we can help you out, right? That's the primary one. So, Olivia, we now talked about a lot of different things with these questions. We addressed work permit and everything. So, another thing I just want to talk to people about is when we get messages as to like a full message giving your full history, right? And they ask us what is the procedure,
I
right?
can't.
We you have to understand, I can't just reply to you the procedure in 3 steps and you can just go ahead and do it. If this was possible, our job wouldn't exist. The reason our job exists is because the procedure is complicated, the procedure is specific from person to person and case to case, right? So yeah, thank you for clearing up all of that.
I would
So
also like to add, right? So
yeah,
because there's a lot of confusion between who is regulated consultant, why is it regulated, what does it mean? First of all, there's a governing body that oversees all regulated Canadian immigration consultants.
mm-hmm,
According to the law, anyone who provides legal advice regarding Canadian immigration for a fee has to be either a lawyer or a
yeah,
regulated immigration consultant. What does it mean regulated? It means we have license. It means we have studied for a year. We know the laws. It means that every year we go through vigorous, we are monitored where your money goes. How do we handle your money? We have trust account which is controlled. Basically, we report on that trust account where your money goes, right? So every advice, every piece of advice that we give you, okay, we are confident in what we are saying. However, and this is the biggest, can you guarantee that I will get a PR? No, we are not allowed by law to say anything like that. So the moment somebody tells you, I can guarantee you a PR, run, because this is a scam. No lawyer, no regulated immigration consultant has the right, legal right, to guarantee. What? So it's so easy. I guarantee you'll get a PR. We can't. Why? We have license. We have very strict code of ethics. We believe in what we are doing and we do care about you. It's not just about money. We do get it. I'm an immigrant myself. Canada changed my life. So yeah, we do. Most of us are immigrants just like you, and we do care about you. However, we are a regulated profession. We cannot say I guarantee. If somebody says I guarantee, run,
yep,
because such a guarantee does not exist. Why? At the end of the day, it's the Canadian government, the officers, immigration officers who look at your papers are making a decision. What's our job? Our job to make sure that we choose the right path for you, where you are most likely to be successful, where you meet the requirements. Our job is to help you prepare documents and guide you, help you navigate the legal system, immigration laws, and public policies that will increase and maximize your chances for success. However, you will never hear I guarantee. Never, ever, from a licensed immigration consultant or from a lawyer. So I
yes,
know, guys, you want to hear, tell me I will be in Canada. I remember myself when I was applying for Canadian immigration, it was pre-EE system. We had to wait for 3.5 years, hearing nothing. What would I have given for that guarantee? Because it was like a quicksand for 4 years, touch and go. We didn't know anything.
mm-hmm,
What would I have given? And yet no one gives you any guarantees, because all we can do as licensed professionals, we can make sure that your chances are as close to 100% as possible, but no one can guarantee. I'm sorry, guys. So if you are looking for guarantees, you're looking for scammers.
correct. Thank you so much. And we get a message every time, like we said earlier, like why am I
Thank you.
paying? Why am I paying? Yeah, you're paying $49 now to make sure you're not losing thousands of dollars and lakhs of rupees to a scammer, right? Because it's better to pay that little bit amount and make sure you're okay, right? We just got a message from Deepak Saini who said, tell us something about student visa. We will in the webinar. You can sign up. The link is in our bio. Another person who just talked about what you said, Ashish Manohar said, in India, agents tell it's easy to get PR for Canada. Look, right? Like they're lying. First of all, they're completely lying. Anyone who tells you it's easy is
Mhm.
also lying because they're not guaranteeing, but they're saying the same thing, right? Guys, it's not easy. You have to make sure when you book a consultation with us, you say, oh, consultation's $80 for half an hour, $150 for 1 hour. It's expensive. Yes. But think about it this way. In that $150, you know for sure what exactly will work for you and what exactly will not work for you. In that moment, if you realize something doesn't work for you, you've just saved how many thousands of dollars just because you haven't spent that somewhere else. I think that's where it really needs to click for a lot of people. That's the most important point. So please don't believe these agents who just say it's easy or whatever, right? Same thing. I just want to talk about one other thing. We get a lot of messages about how to do. So Olivia, before we're gonna get into how to sign up for the webinar. Do you want me to quickly explain to everyone what a link in bio is, so people don't have
Well,
issues with
okay,
that?
guys, here's the thing. No, no laughing, okay? I
No
learned how
judgment.
to
No
use
judgment. Yeah.
Instagram. Okay, so listen to this, my situation. I learned how to use Instagram literally a couple of months ago, okay?
Yeah.
So I had to ask my daughter to tell me, what does it mean, link in bio? I swear. So if you
Yeah.
think I'm just like you, trust me, okay? I am a professional in immigration law, when it comes to Instagram, I still ask my daughter to show me how to use it. So yes, Wallet, please tell what it means, link in bio. Please do.
Yeah. Okay. So just give me one quick second while I'm pulling that up. I also want to talk to a lot of people who um, uh, address like our fees. And Olivia, I know on the website you have very clearly listed what a do-yourself option means, but if you can quickly go over what the
Absolutely,
do-yourself option means.
absolutely. Okay. So basically, so first of all, we are not the most expensive ones and we are not the cheapest ones. So that's the truth is. Now, we offer several things. Okay. So first of all, consultation is paid, but during that consultation, you get a very clear evaluation of where you are and where you fit into the whole immigration system, and literally almost step-by-step guidance. This is what you need to do first, second, third, and fourth, right? So this is number one. So that you leave the consultation with a very clear idea of where you are going. Okay. Number two, if you retain our services, any kind of package, your consultation fee gets deducted from the overall fee. So you didn't waste that money. We remove that consultation fee from the overall fee. We offer two kinds of packages. Full support, full package. It's basically where we do all the work. Sure, you have to collect the documents, but we do all the form filling and guidance and so on. And second one, if the individual or family prefer to do everything themselves, they say, okay, I kind of get an idea. This is what I'm doing. Just guide me through this process. We have a do-it-yourself support package. So what does it mean? That's basically we guide you. Now you need this document. This document should look like this, and so on. And we also offer the support for upload. So basically what goes where and so on. So guys, there's flexibility in fees. Also, very often, more often than not, if the fee is big, we do it in milestones. You don't have to pay those $4,000 immediately. You pay it by milestones. You pay, for example, one chunk of money once the work is done, and then you wait until the next stage. Once we are ready for the next stage, you pay the second chunk of money. Now, let me talk a little bit about this, paying in advance, right? So because everybody is terrified of this paying in advance. Of course, giving your hard-earned cash to someone you don't know, you just met on Instagram, right? It's kind of weird. But the truth is that, again, regulated immigration consultants, they are bound by a code of ethics. So all your money that you pay us in advance goes into a closed trust account. What does it mean, trust account? Lawyers work like that, real estate agents work like that, and regulated immigration consultants work like that. So your money is deposited into an account which we cannot touch until the work is performed. Only then the money, once the work has been performed, whatever we have agreed on, right? And it's all disclosed in the agreement. That's the best part, guys. No one is hiding anything from you. When you are buying services from a lawyer, from a regulated immigration consultant, you sign an agreement. It's an agreement, it's a teamwork and an agreement between you and the professional. So what does that mean? It means if we are regulated, it means you can complain. We tell you, yes, you can complain if something goes wrong. If, for example, so chances of being scammed by a regulated consultant are zero. We follow code of ethics. And I recently got asked the question, but okay, what prevents you from doing something with my money? My license. That's what, code of ethics and my license. If something goes wrong, right? If we do some kind of misappropriate your funds, we will lose our license. What does it mean? It's my livelihood. It's my job. It's my life. Nobody wants to do that. So that's why we do follow, not because, first of all, it's a code of ethics, right? And second, it's because we are licensed, and that license is dear to us. So nobody wants to lose their job. Would you want to lose your job? Maybe not.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for addressing it. And yeah, we will, with that, I will show them um, what, like how to use a link in bio, how to sign up for the webinar, right?
Perfect. Thank you so much.
No worries. I am just, yep, perfect. So I'm just gonna flip my camera. Let me know if you can, it has a flip. Oh no, it just turns off my camera. Did this flip it?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay,
Perfect. We see something.
perfect. Yeah, yeah, I
I'm
just
not
didn't
sure
want to,
what it is, but
yeah, it's just
it's
my
there.
screen, but I just didn't want to take it to like a profile where I'm, give me 1 second. There we go. And okay, so this is Olivia Stark's profile, right? A lot of you who are joining this live know this profile. So this is what we call a profile. This is on a PC, I understand, but on your phone, it just looks shrinked, right? So you will just, this link right here, so I'm just gonna zoom in.
Yeah.
This link right here for people, this is what you call the bio, right? And this is what you call a link in bio. So when you click this link, this is what we mean. So if we ever tell you in our DM, hey, go to our link in bio, you just go to our profile and you click this one link. There's only one link here. You click it and it opens up this multiple amazing options, whatever exactly you're looking for. Contact us, our main services, consultations, booking a consultation, website, and webinar. So right now we're going to talk about how to sign up on our webinar. So if you just click this link, it opens another link where it takes you to the webinar. This is happening on 10 a.m. 12th of December, so 10 a.m. Toronto time, just like we started our today's Instagram live. So it'll be 8:30 p.m. In India time, and GMT 5+30. That's what the time zone is going to be, so you can apply there. And this is not the only one, actually. So I wanted to tell people about the other ones. So this is where I come. So this is where your Olivia Stark's Graphi profile, right? And just to let people know, you are number 2 on grossing in self-help. You're number 2 in new and noteworthy in self-help. You're number 6 trending in self-help. And we just started this less than a month ago. So that is amazing. So yeah,
And
folks.
thank you, Graphi, for giving us this
Yes.
wonderful opportunity to connect with our audience and to reach the audience who actually need us, right? So thank you,
Correct.
Graphi, for basically providing such a fantastic platform for us.
Yeah, Graphi is definitely a great platform. And guys, the best part is joining Graphi is completely free. All you have to do is sign up with your Google account, right? So when you sign in your Google account, you just are enrolled in Graphi, and it is very simple. It's just like signing up for Netflix where you're not paying anything, and you have access to all of these creators and content creators. You can learn chess, you can learn video editing, whatever you want to learn. But most importantly, you're only paying for what you're choosing to pay. It's not like Netflix where it's like it doesn't matter if you're watching or not, you have to pay the money. So it's not like that. So that's really nice. So I just want to show them that. And I also just want to quickly show them the other date that's also available because we understand people are busy. So we want to give them another opportunity to join. And give me 1 second. I'm just pulling that up. That link closed for me. But here we go. Give me 1 second. Okay.
While you're doing that, we also are
Yes.
planning a series of other webinars.
Yep.
We are going to talk about the provinces and provincial nominations. I'm thinking because there are so many and each province has their own programs. I'm thinking we will be in the future taking two at a time and take a look at their programs and their requirements. So I think that will be useful as well. We are going to talk about other things as well. So hopefully that will become useful for you. And like I said, again, Graphi is an amazing platform that allows us to do that and reach the broader audiences as
Yeah.
if, Zoom.
Yeah, exactly, right? So yeah, I'm just gonna flip my camera just as I was showing your profile. So folks, the most important thing is that you can find more information of Olivia on our website and on Graphi right here, where we have listed everything where we talk about registration, her story, and we have the Pathways to Canada webinar that you should definitely sign up to. It's only, sorry, I'm just gonna show my face. It's only $49, and with that, you also get future discounts on our consultations. It's sort of like
Absolutely.
saving money in general, and you will learn about every possible way to move to Canada in one go, in one 90-minute session with Q&A, included. You will learn everything you need to know about moving to Canada. No scamming of agents required, no nothing. You want to learn, hey, I don't know, I'm thinking of moving to Canada. Can I learn every method possible? Maybe you want to come on student visa, you attend the webinar and you realize, oh no, actually I can apply for PR and I don't have to pay all this fees, right? So yes, you paid $49 more now, but you saved tremendous amount of
Yeah.
money, right? You
This
saved
is this
yourself
is an
time.
investment. This is an
Yep.
investment.
Exactly. I remember when I was in 12th grade in Toronto, you have this thing called the Ontario Universities Fair, where you go and all universities of Canada are there to talk about what they can offer. So you go to that fair and you can learn about every university and every program in one go, right? That's amazing. You don't have to go to individual websites or individual consultants, right? So yeah, I'm just going to show them both the dates. Sorry, Olivia, you were saying something?
I'm not saying no. I was saying something. Yeah, basically, it's true that there's CIC website and you can read. But guys, I as a professional, when I go to that website, I get frustrated after 3 pages. Honestly, you click on the link, on the link, on the link. By the time you reach the third page, you lost where you were at the beginning. And then the language is written in and the instructions and the amount of information, right? It's just overwhelming. So I'm really excited to bring this to you in one go, very digestible, very clear information as to how the immigration to Canada works, where the programs overlap, what the requirements are, and where you fit into all of this, so that you can see practically where you are and where you want to start. Okay,
Correct.
so basically,
Yeah, Perfect. So we have two dates like you're looking. So it's 10 a.m. on 12th of December 2021. It's a Sunday. We picked a Sunday just like today. So people have opportunity to attend. We try to pick a time that works for most time zones. It's either evening or morning for you. And if you cannot attend on that Sunday, just the next week after, we have the same session again on 19th December, 10 a.m. You have both of them right here. So let's say I go to this session. I want to attend this session. So you click on it once you are on the profile, and you'll see register for $49. This session will cover every pathway. You'll see Olivia's information and all of that. But most importantly, what the thing that you can do on Graphi right now, even if you're like in this moment, I'm not sure if I want to pay, you can just click on the link and join my community. This is just like subscribing to a YouTube channel. This is just like subscribing to a newsletter. When you subscribe to this, you will get exclusive newsletters and exclusive information that we give through Graphi. And this will come through email. So it's a very professional format. We don't have any text limitations. We can type whatever we want. We can send you links. If you want exclusive info and more specified info on immigration, you can just go to Graphi and join our community. And speaking of YouTube channel, we have a YouTube channel, guys.
We do.
You should definitely subscribe. Yeah, so I've opened it up right here. So if you were on the home page, it would look something like this. There we go. And this is an intro video. I've just muted the sound just so I don't want everyone. Yeah, so Olivia Stark Immigration, that's what it's called. We have so many videos on it right now. This Instagram Live, if you're not able to attend the whole thing, will be uploaded on it later as well once we have everything sorted. But most importantly, Olivia will have exclusive like Q&A sessions and information on specific things that will be uploaded to this YouTube channel. Again, subscribing to the YouTube channel, subscribing to the Graphi is completely free. So it's all the links are in our bio. Please just check out our YouTube channel. It's called Olivia Stark Immigration. Our Graphi is called osimmigration.graphi. And again, the link is in our bio. So yeah, that's all the sign up admin info. And Olivia, do you want to add something?
I do look forward to connecting with you. I do look forward to helping you in every possible way I can. Yeah. And trust me, we are not a huge organization. You are not in our firm. You are not a number. I know your name. I know your kids' names. I know the changes that happen in your family and in your life. I'm very often the first to know because they do affect your immigration status. So you are not a number for us. You are a person. And I, as an immigrant myself, I understand how much hangs on this, right? How much you are putting on this. So thank you very much for coming to our life. Thank you, Dwala, for doing this. I'm very grateful to you because without you, this would be impossible.
No, thank you. Shout out to Anna, who's actually like the legit person who's made the website and everything. She's amazing. And do you want to quickly take some chat questions?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
So I just got a question from someone who said, TY Mix 32 said, can someone in Nigeria registered for the Pathway to Canada webinar? You, of course, can. Graphi is a worldwide platform, so you can go anywhere and register. And if you're having any issues from Nigeria due to local payment stuff or anything, you can even sign up for a VPN. They're all free. And if you have more questions, you can DM us. But yes, you can definitely sign up for the webinar.
So see, that's what I'm saying. Without you, it would have been impossible because I don't know this information, guys.
That's okay. Okay, perfect. So we will answer some questions right now. So there's a question from D. Antonio that says, how much for the full and do-it-yourself package? So it's very simple, Antonio. If you go to our website, every service depends on student visa, PR, express entry, PNP is listed. If you do the do-it-yourself version, it's the 50%, half the price. So if the cost is $2,000, if you say, I'm going to do it myself, if you just review the stuff for us, we will do it for half the price, right? Someone in the chat just said that I'm going to register for this program. I'm excited. Thank you so much. Please, we're very happy.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Perfect. We got another question from Rushi216 who said the same thing. Is work permit directly provided from India? Is embassy working for work permit right now? Again, it's very simple. Canada, every time they want to give a work permit to someone who does not live in Canada and has not studied in Canada, they have to justify to the country that, hey, I know that there are 35 million people who live here, but I want to ignore all of them and hire someone from outside.
No, it's not impossible. About this. I can't. It's basically I can't find somebody to do
from
this job.
The 35 million. But that's the thing, right?
Company needs to prove, guys. It happens. It does very often. It does happen, especially with truck drivers. Truck drivers, companies who hire truck drivers, it does happen. But overall, please don't think of it as a rule. Okay? Don't think of
Yeah.
it as a rule.
Yep.
It's rather an exception, because remember, Canadian government wants Canadian citizens and PRs and people, even international students who are already here, to be employed. So
Correct.
the priority are these people. So the company to hire someone from outside, they need to prove we can't.
Yep. Yep.
That's
Exactly.
it.
Exactly. That's important, right? So again, folks, if you see on the bottom here before the comments, there is a ask a question bar because the chat moves fast and we can't really pick it up. So you can just ask a question here, right? I'm just gonna.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have another question that says, can you tell me something about the BOWP? I don't know what that is.
Bridging, okay, bridging open work permit. Absolutely, we will cover them in the webinar, but just to let you know, it's for those individuals who have already applied for the PR, okay?
Mhm.
And their work permit, their regular work permit, open work, postgraduate work permit is about to expire, okay? So to bridge that gap and to keep you working, you can apply for BOWP and continue working while waiting for your PR to be processed. But there's one condition. You have to have already applied for your PR, and your PR has to be in a certain stage, and you have to have received the acknowledgement of receipt,
Correct.
AR,
Yeah,
which is called AR, right?
yep.
Now, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Oh, that was it. I
No, that's
don't
it.
know.
That's it.
Okay,
That's what
perfect.
I answered.
I don't know. Yeah, thank you. Perfect. Yeah. We have a question in the chat that I'm going to answer by answering a lot of your questions. Which province in Canada is best for petroleum engineers as well as a nutritionist? Can you please tell me? Your answer is Google. It's very subjective on uh, what is good for a petroleum engineer. I'm assuming you mean
Well,
from work.
definitely not Ontario, maybe.
Yeah, maybe not Ontario,
Just
definitely.
saying,
Alberta is a very good option, and there's a lot of
place
core
to start.
industries there, so Alberta is a good place to start. But always, it's a good way to Google job opportunities for X, insert profession, insert degree here in Canada. And then there's not a lot of provinces. You can really go province by province and see which one.
We will
Uh,
do that. We will
yeah,
do a little bit of that after we are done with the overview, with the two webinars of an general overview. We
yeah,
are planning to go into each province. We are
correct.
planning maybe combining two of them,
Yeah,
at a time, and
yeah,
looking at the programs and the streams, at the requirements, what you need to do and whatnot, because provincial nominations are for people with who cannot get, who do not have necessarily very high score on express entry.
correct.
It doesn't mean it's hopeless. Please, there are
Yes,
ways to get to Canada through provincial nominations. You just need to find that province. You just need to find that stream where
yeah,
you are eligible. Okay. And
correct.
even if you are deciding to go to study, if you know the strategy, if you know which province is most likely to give you that job, or you are
Yeah,
most likely to find the job in which province, that makes your life so much easier. I know everybody wants to come to Ontario. Um, it's
yeah,
a
it's
great
different.
province, but it's not the
It's
only one.
crowded.
Just
Yeah, it's
saying,
crowded. It's
it's a
expensive.
province.
Yeah, it's a province. Yeah, so we got a question from Kashu.1211, which is how do I apply for SIN number, which I'm assuming you're already in Canada, Service Canada, not Service insert name of province here. Service Canada is the only place you can go to apply for your SIN number. Don't go to Service Ontario or anything else, right? Okay.
Yeah.
We also got the question from the same person saying, "How is Barrie, Canada?" Right. So again, these questions about how is this
Gorgeous.
province?
Skiing
Yeah,
is amazing there. It's a huge student town. There's college and so on. It's beautiful. It's nice. It's only 1 hour drive from Toronto. It's
perfect.
nice.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you for asking more questions, people. And yeah, it's again, how is a place? It also depends on what your choices are, right? I
What you are
personally,
looking for. How is
correct.
it's what you are looking for.
For a lot of people, a place's goodness or badness depends upon if they can get a job there. So yeah, to start with that, I would say. right? Is there any chance for an uneducated person to enter to Canada? I would say yes. Chances are less, but definitely yes, based on your skills.
Okay, so what are we talking about uneducated? So there are some jobs in some industries where education is not a factor. But guys, and again, we are going to talk about during our webinar, there are seasonal jobs, right? Unfortunately, the pathways to PR for seasonal workers, like for example, farm seasonal workers, are not there. Okay. So yes, you can. Yes, you can work. There are jobs. Yes, LMIAs and everything. Yes. But unfortunately, for now, there are not too many pathways for seasonal workers for this. Yeah, but if you can get the non-seasonal job offer, continuous job offer, yes, there is a chance.
Correct. Yep.
That's
Perfect.
it.
Yeah.
That's as much as I can tell you.
Thank you so much. This is a question that we got earlier, but I'm assuming this person was not there. The Abhinav Shikhar said, can people with closed work permits switch within the company? Yes, you can. So as far
Yeah.
as you're within the company, you're allowed to switch positions and switch teams and stuff like that. Can you please tell how often the embassy will perform a background check for work experience in my PR application? The reason I'm asking is because my previous and my current employer are kind of inattentive.
Are kind of inattentive. So first of all, so basically you're worried that so let me just get it straight and correct me if I'm wrong. You're worried that if they send them an email or if they call them, they will miss that email and whatnot.
I think that's what they mean,
Am
yeah.
I just, yeah?
Yeah, I think that's what they mean.
Okay,
Yeah.
so basically, first of all, you will provide tons of documentation, and Immigration Canada does have access to the information that you have no idea. So they will check with the existence of the company. They will check the papers that you provide them. Will they necessarily call your employer? They might, but they don't have to, right? So we don't know how they check. Okay, and during the webinar they do have access to the information, so as long as you have a stamp, as there's contact information. Will they call your company? Maybe not, so
Yep.
don't worry about it.
Yep. Exactly.
I would
Um,
not worry about it.
correct. Yes. Exactly. So thank you so much. Someone just asked, how's the hospitality industry in Canada? It's really good. You should apply. And you want to learn more information, you can sign up on the webinar. We will cover specific and really promising industries as well. Gagu Johol just asked, I answered in the chat, but I'll answer here too. You take files from Indian students too who want to study in Canada? Of course. Yes, we definitely do.
With caution, with
Yeah.
caution, let me tell you guys again, we are not a pump line for students to Canada. It's expensive.
Yeah.
If we see that you do want to study and the studying in Canada will give you what you are looking for, the pathway to PR, yes, we will process students from India, from all over the world, yes. But just to come to study for the sake of studying and paying $40,000, guys, I'm not a big fan of it. I'm sorry. If you are looking for someone who's going to say, sure, come and study, that's going to be amazing, guaranteed PR, that's not me.
Yep.
But yeah, I will take your situation. We will take a look. We'll take a look what you want to study. And again, there are so many myths around this whole study permit where I cannot have a gap. I cannot change this. I cannot do that. All of these are myths. With a well-prepared application, you can change your major. You can have a gap. You can have many different things. Okay. So just don't, I know that I heard from a friend of a friend, great, but not necessarily true. Okay.
Yep, exactly. So yeah, and then we got another question saying, I'm from India, how much do you charge for work? Our services are listed all on our website, depending on the work you need to get done. Okay, so that's awesome. Another question, which is sort of we've addressed in the whole webinar, so I'm going to address it very quickly. How to get an open work permit visa with Canadian government? The great way to do it is to sign up for the webinar, and we'll go over how to get a work permit and how to go over everything. Is summer intake good option for students? Kashu, I feel like you have a very specific student-related questions, so you can DM us and we can set up a consultation for you.
Can I just say something? My colleague and dear friend, Chantel, from AR Immigration has just wished me good luck. You go, girl. Thank you, Chantal.
Thank you
Thank you
so
for your
much.
support.
Yep. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Yeah. So Kashu, like I was saying, I feel like you have a lot of student related questions. So you can definitely like sign up for the webinar because we're going to go over student visa as a whole concept where we can answer a lot of your Q&As all together. And what I will say for now is that definitely check out the webinar and check out our YouTube channel because we will be doing specific content for students for like role specific content. So please check it out. Yeah. For now, I'm not seeing any questions in the chat, so I'm just going to quickly pull up the questions stuff. And there's only one question that says, how is geographic information system field in Canada as a job? I feel, again, you have to just Google what job opportunities are there for every career option. But yeah, for now, I'm seeing no more questions. Olivia, do you want to address a couple of last things before we can sign off?
Not really. First of all, I want to thank everyone for coming to our live. And Joelle, thank you so much for making this happen. And I want to thank my daughter, obviously, for helping me during this whole thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, I'm a little bit useless with Instagram thing. So with the help of other people, I am able to do many things and basically share the knowledge. Again, thank you for your time on Sunday. And I'm very happy that the content that I'm bringing is helping you. Yes, I am a business, and of course, I'm happy to provide the services, but I'm also kind of, a little bit into ethical practice, not a little bit, but a lot. I'm into ethical practice where, yes, we do charge money, but we also kind of do it ethically. Not we do care about you. And please join our webinar. You are going to love it. It's going to be packed with information, and you will be able to find something for yourself there, guaranteed. And of course, again, just to remind you, we do offer discounts for those who have already paid for the webinar. I think it's kind of fair, right? You already paid, so why should you pay the full price for the consultation? We will have discounts for the one-on-one consultations. Absolutely, 100%.
100%. Two different dates. You can join December 12th and December 19th. The webinar is happening. The sign up link is in bio. Please, 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 folks, check it out. We got a couple more questions here, and they're very specific, guys. I really feel like we don't want to get into information because to answer that question, we will have to ask you a follow-up question, like common law partner related and lawsuit related questions. And I'm sure you don't want to give out your personal information from others. So please, please DM us for all your questions. Like I said, you're on this live right now. All you have to do is end this live, go to the message section, send us a message, and then we can look into your case. We can book a consultation to answer all your questions, right? Like I'm seeing a question about 3 years experience. I'm seeing a question about a court case. I would not want to answer legal questions on Instagram because we're all legally liable. So please, if you can book a consultation with us, you can get answers in detail, right? One thing that I'm just going to say in the end, again, subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to the Graphi. You can join the community now, and you can join the session anytime. On December 12th, after the first session, you'll still have an opportunity to attend the second one on December 19th. There'll be the same session, so don't attend twice.
No, don't. It's just the same information, just on different dates. So you don't sign up for two. Please don't.
Correct. And I just want to make something very clear right now. A couple of people saw me in this live and started following me. I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm not an immigration consultant. I'm not legally liable to answer anything. So if you send me a message about immigration, I will not answer it. I'm not trying to be rude.
It's just tech support for me because I'm so useless with Instagram.
Correct. I am not an immigration employee. I'm just here to have a conversation with Olivia. So please, if you have any questions, message us. And again, in $49, in one go, you're going to learn about every possible method to come to Canada and if it's good for you or not. I don't think there's a better deal out there. Sign up for the webinar. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. So we are getting off and I just need to save the video, right?
Yeah, that's all you got to do.
Okay,
thank you
perfect.
So much, folks.
So thank you. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful what's left of the weekend. And I will see you with my tomorrow's post.
Yep, perfect. Thank you. Bye, guys. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.